Hi, this is EJ with EJ Star Tarot with a reading for the sign of Scorpio for September 2017. And Scorpio, I'm doing something a little different. I'm taking one card and I'm reading this one card different ways. I'm receiving different messages that I will be reading for you. And you've got the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is air element, so that's Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And either you have those traits or they are in your circle, Scorpio. And the Page of Swords sometimes stands for a literal person, and of course that does represent a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm a Gemini, and my husband always says you're very, literal, like you to the matter of fact. So if this is the case, the page will represent a person who is younger than yourself, who is likely to have hair on the darker end of the spectrum. Pages also indicate that a message is coming in this instance, okay? For some of you, I feel it's not what you want to hear or hoping to hear. In a general reading, the Page of Swords tells us that we may be trying too hard or pushing too fast or trying too hard in a situation, or in a general stepping out on someone's toes, pushing their buttons, per se. You may need to study the body language of the person that you are speaking to and consider how well you do or do not accept constructive criticism from others, because if you cannot accept it, then you shouldn't dish it out, is what the card is saying. You're likely to have a great deal of mental and physical energy now, and it's indicating that you use that wisely. As far as a work relationship, the page indicates that you may soon be dealing with some conflict at work. If you are currently employed, if you're looking for work, you may need to behave with a great deal of humility of getting or in interviews, so to land the position. So just be more humble. Don't be so egotistic, is what I'm getting, or overly confident. And it's saying do not put yourself down either, and you'll land that position that you want. It's also indicating to be cautious with some contracts you may sign. So maybe it's an offer coming your way. Just look to make sure that all the details are exactly what they said it would be. If it's a loan or a home loan or any type of contract, make sure you review it carefully. As far as love, the page points to a mild conflict in your love. Know when to push and when to back off, and many fights and discussions are not actually worth having, is what I'm getting. As long as your partner is treating you with respect, or your loved one is treating you with respect, there shouldn't be need for minor disagreements, okay? Allow your partner to have his or her space to breathe a little. That's very crucial for happiness in that relationship, okay? If you're not in a relationship, you need to get out and just kind of meet people. As far as finances, be careful not to assume too much loans or assume that you know too much or know more than the other person. The page can indicate skimming the surface of matters. Don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. If there's even a chance that you don't quite know what you're doing with relation of money matters, step back and look at it and think about it from a different perspective, so that you can get whatever it is that you're trying to learn. Okay? Because if you don't take the time, you may regret it. As far as health matters, you're doing pretty good. The only thing I see is that you're working too hard, and so you need to relax, because you're behaving more intensely than you normally do because you're overexhausted. So you do need to take some time and rest. Give yourself a break. Spirituality, you've been ignoring your spiritual side, even in the most logical, secular world. You must realize that there isn't a side to world that is necessarily immediately visible to the eye or logical. Explore spiritual beliefs you know, different belief systems if you have to. That may interest you. Even if you don't really believe in them, but you're interested to know about them, there's no harm in learning it. Open your mind. And if your mind is already open, then just deepen it further. That's all. But I feel like you're curious about spirituality. You're curious of learning different things. That's not a problem. Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you want to purchase a reading, my information is listed below. If you want to purchase a sample reading that I did through the month of August, you can through Gumroad for $5. Or if you want a full spread of whatever sample reading I did through the month of August, you can just email me and I'll let you know the price. Scorpio, I want to take the time right now for those of you who have been impacted or have family members, loved ones who have been impacted by Hurricane Harvey. My sympathy and prayers go out to you. I know what it's like to be in a hurricane. I went through Hurricane Ike in Houston. When I lived in North Houston, that was the first hurricane I encountered. I am originally from Southern California, so to experience that is scary. It was different, and so I understand what people are going through. I live in Austin now, and we didn't get impacted as bad as the other parts of Texas and surrounding areas. So again, my sympathy and prayers go out to you and your loved ones, Scorpio. Thank you.